Hi, and welcome to StrapaWatch. I'm Michael Knapp with Michael Knapp Leather. Well, I hope you take by the intro that you can see this is another Rolex Milgauss strap build out. I had put together that Rolex intro snippet a few years ago. I'll never forget putting that together. I found a piece of music that I had the rights to and got that footage and put it all together, and I've loved it ever since. So this is the second time using it, and what it is, this is kind of an updated version of a show I had put out nearly 3 years ago on a Rolex Milgauss for my own personal Rolex. So this is actually a snippet from that show. You can see it's a tan shell Cordovan leather, and that was my Milgauss. These are the rough cuts to this new build out. I've made quite a few since this show aired. So you can see I put this out on January 3rd of 2020. I had nearly 25,000 views. It's been really my most popular show that I've ever put out. And one of the things that had happened, that was the very first leather strap I had made for my Milgauss. And I did not make it with curved spring bar lug pins. That's what these cutouts, those are the shell Cordovan linings that I'm making for this gentleman's build out as an upgrade. I spoke about that last week. If I'm doing a show on your strap, a lot of times I'm going to upgrade you to shell Cordovan leather linings. And the gentleman who ordered this, his name is Matthew. Thank you so much, Matthew, for the order. He just sent me some pictures of the strap on his wrist and some wrist rolls just like we got to see last week for that Seiko build. It's good being back. I got to tell you guys, I really miss doing these. I really love editing video. You know, before I had ever done the show, I had never done anything like this. I had, filmed stuff with my iPhone, but I didn't own a camera. I didn't know anything about film editing or, any of that kind of stuff. I had done voiceover work in the past, so I had some, voiceover equipment, which I had kept. Some of it I had gotten rid of, my more high-end Neumann microphones and those types of things. And, I've still got some pretty cool stuff, but it's a labor of love. And so, I'm a super, super busy guy. Not only, am I making straps and now putting these shows back together, but many of you may not know, I am a practicing audioprosthologist. I own and operate a hearing healthcare clinic. So that keeps me really busy. I was actually at my clinic both Saturday and Sunday this weekend doing some work in there. And we have these aqua blue shirts that we wear every day, day in, day out. So you can see right here, there's us with our company shirts. And that was one of the reasons, I used to wear my Milgauss at work almost every day. And then since I've gotten my Rolex OP Tiffany, my 41 dial Tiffany right here, I've been wearing that quite a bit more than my Milgauss. So I used to wear my Milgauss daily. Now it's just about every day I wear my Tiffany dial Rolex. So it's not getting as much wear, but when I, say I've got a kind of an engagement where I've got jeans and I have some tan boots or some tan shoes with a tan belt, then I throw my Milgauss on with this strap. Now, yeah, it had left this mark, right? So it left this mark because I did not put in curved spring bar lug pins. You can see right here. And subsequently since then, I had put in some curved spring bar lug pins. And so I buffed out that mark to a degree, but it was not made where, you stretch that leather around to make it fit that curved. And you'll see the clearance that this has. But that original strap is what taught me my lesson. On all modern Rolex watches, you should get curved lug pins. Not so much on, let's say stuff from the 80s and prior. But going up, I'd say around 1990, 92, 93, and to, current day, is if you're going to get a strap for a Rolex, get curved lug pins. Honestly, what it is Rolex, I think, has purposely made they're watch heads not to be worn with, like, straps, leather straps. They're made for their bracelets. The pinholes for the lug pins are set very close to the watch head. And then the bezel protrudes out into the lug area. So if you've ever taken a bracelet off of a Rolex watch, you'll see it curves around that bezel. It locks it in. But underneath there, where that bezel is, it's super sharp. I mean, it's really, really cut sharp. And that's what cut into that, making that mark on that strap. So, yeah, even on my website, I list on every single page of my online store on my website, michaelknappleather.com. And I'm going to show you guys. I've had some people, ask about navigating through my site. They had some trouble, so I'm going to show you that here in a little bit. But I state, if you're getting a strap for a modern Rolex watch, it's highly recommended to get curved lug pins. I won't even make it and for a gentleman unless they get curved lug pins, because I know it's going to leave a mark if they don't. I already know that. You cannot sky the leather thin enough with traditional straight lug pins to have any clearance. You just can't. I've tried. Believe me, I've tried. So, here I am doing some of the saddle stitching. Another thing that's coming up is I've made, it's probably at least a dozen or more of these straps that have kind of some either two-tone, this tan leather, some with just orange stitching, some with just blue stitching, some with this, two-tone blue. It's Egyptian blue and orange stitching, and the blue is to help match the dial, and the orange is to match the second hand and some of the other font that is on the dial. And it's really cool. It's just a fun, jeans t-shirt. Like I said, if I'm wearing some jeans and some tan boots and some tan belt, then I'll throw this on with my Milgauss. But this was taken, some of these shots are from some of the other Milgauss builds. That's a doctor friend of mine up in Anchorage, Alaska. I'd made him 4 straps. He put together this little portfolio right here. I thought was really cool. Thanks, Chris, for that. Here's one. I think this guy was down in Mexico, but you can see there's curved spring bars right there. So that blue and orange, it's a triple blue edging, blue thread, blue leather. Here's a Shinki Hikaku deep blue with white stitching. This is another really pretty cool one. It's kind of similar, but like I said, that's a deep bourbon tan with orange. This is nice right here with the black dial on a quadruple black shell Cordovan. And this is actually green shell Cordovan, about a Horween. And I've just placed another order. I should have some of that in stock right now. It's listed on my website that it is out of stock. But I just placed the order a couple weeks ago. They're just really slow. The supply chain on about everything's been slowed down. But, yeah, hopefully I should be getting that tomorrow or the next day, and I'll be able to list that again on my website. Because I've been asked several times. I've got callbacks I've got to give to some guys that are looking for the green shell Cordovan from the Horween tannery. But really cool. I can't wait to show you guys this final product here pretty soon. I think it's a really neat strap. It's like I said, this is probably my most popular show, that original one I did on this strap. So it's pretty cool doing an updated version. But here's my website just to show you how you can navigate through michaelknappleather.com again. And, here's the main menu. I got an About page, StrapaWatch, Contact. Here's the store page. So if you click on that and you scroll down, I basically have right now 5 pages listed on my website. And they're right there in the bottom right corner. Here's page 2. Very simple. So it shows some of the straps that I have to offer. Go to page 3. You go through and you find out what you want. And let's say it's black Shinki Hikaku. You click on there, and all my pricing is listed. My prices are set by how much in demand I am, which is always quite high. And then there's a drop-down menu where you can, put in your strap size. I have a sizing video, so it's recommended on each of my store pages. There's the video link that you could open that up. But you put in your lug width, your pad thickness, all that stuff, your stitching color, and then when you're done, you just simply add the cart. The cart's in the top right corner. And, if you order a deployant, a Rolex pin buckle, all of it would be in there, and then you just check out like normal online shopping. But here's my frequently asked questions page. If more guys would read that, it would eliminate a lot of time in my day. Here's my gallery page right there. And here we go, final product. I think it's really cool, man, that orange and blue, Egyptian blue stitching. And there's this curved spring bars right there. He did order this with a Rolex vintage pin buckle. I still have some of those left in stock. Here is the lining side right here. And you can see I just made this a couple of weeks ago and shipped it up to Matthew. And you're going to see some shots that he sent to me, a couple of wrist rolls, just like we had last week with Teddy on that double order. So here it is. This is on his wrist with his Milgauss, the strap, so you can kind of see how it all ties together. But it does make it, just kind of really cool and tough looking, man. He did a couple of wrist rolls right here. Show how the colors all tie together. Thank you for doing this for me, Matthew. Really cool stuff, man. Really do appreciate it. Well, listen, you guys, it's good to be back. I'll tell you what, I really miss doing these videos. I really do. And one last final look. I got a really cool build for my next episode, so hopefully you stick around for that. God bless you all, and until next time, keep on ticking.